Hey everyone, Quinn from Quinn's Cars here, and today we have a special episode, a Halloween themed episode about the apocalypse. Now, with it being near Halloween, it got me thinking, there's all different types of apocalypses. There's aliens, AI, natural disasters, and probably the most popular, zombies. Now, in a crazy situation like the apocalypse, the last thing you're probably going to be thinking about is a car, but that's going to be one of the most important assets to getting you to safety and getting you out of situations. Having and obtaining the right car for each different type of apocalypse situation is going to be super important, not only for your survival, but also so that you and the people you care about get out in time and safely. I've broken down the apocalypse into 3 different categories of different types of vehicles that you need in these different scenarios and in these different stages. It's a fun concept to think about, even though the stakes are really high, because you gotta think about it in 3 different stages. You have the initial stage when everyone freaks out and there's panic and you have very limited options. Then you have the survival stage, and that's when you're starting to figure things out. You're starting to get to your end goal of safety and shelter, but you haven't quite reached that point yet. And then there's the recovery stage at the end when you have a little bit more resources, you have some people gathered, and you're able to have a type of vehicle that will last you and maybe provide shelter. Stick around and let's find out what are the best apocalypse vehicle for these stages. For this first category, I called it the initial category because it's when everything breaks out and when everything is chaotic, crazy, and your options are limited. Your plan has to be minimal and it has to be quick. When your options are this limited, you have to consider something that is reliable and something that is going to be tough. So for this first category, my first pick is a cop car. Now this is assuming when everything breaks out, you don't already have a car. This is for if you don't have a car, you need to get a car, what car would you get? The most common cop car, and the reason I looked up the most common cop car is because, again, this is gonna be something that you go to immediately, is the police Ford Interceptor utility. This police Interceptor utility has either the 3.3 liter V6 hybrid option or the 3 liter EcoBoost V6 option. The reason that this car would be so amazing for a scenario like this is not only its potential to be bulletproof, capability for upgrades, not only with cooling, the all-wheel drive system, and the towing capacity, but also it has cargo, it has reinforced steel plates, and depending on which engine you get, you're still going to have plenty of power with the V6 options, as well as decent gas mileage. And that's going to be important if you have to travel long distances. In a scenario like this, the immediate response may be to get something like a truck, especially if, say, you're in a zombie scenario and there's a swarm of zombies. You may want to get a truck to get yourself out of that situation. And while that may be a good idea, depending on which truck you get, reliability could be a serious question. And that kind of leads us into the next category, which is the most reliable car that you could immediately grab. The most common Toyota in the United States is the Toyota RAV4. The reason that this would be such a great vehicle to get is you have that reliability of the Toyota name. So you know that if you go miles and miles, hundreds of miles, thousands of miles down the road, it's not going to break down. It also is versatile in the sense that it has capability off-road and cargo space. If you can get your hands on any Toyota, it's going to be a great, reliable choice for a situation like this. Another great choice would be the Honda CR-V specifically. And the reason that that's a great choice is because you have the same level of reliability as Toyota, and you have the same versatility, you have all-wheel drive capability potentially, and you have something that is a little bit more robust, a little bit something that can get you through big swarms of zombies or get you off-road on difficult terrain, get you uphill if need be. These are both cars that are going to be reliable, tough, have cargo space, and can go for long distances. Kind of the perfect vehicle to get you out of the situation initially. Now, this next stage is what I call the surviving stage. And this is kind of the more Hollywood-esque version of the exciting version of fighting the zombies or getting away in a crazy scenario. These are vehicles if you're in some sort of Mad Max-like scenario, some sort of zombie-like scenario. It's a scenario where you can not only have an armored vehicle, but something that also can be offensive, whether you have barbed wire, machine guns. This is kind of where you can let your imagination go wild and have the idea of turning this type of vehicle into a death machine. When I was doing research, the first vehicle that kind of came to mind was something construction related. Now, there's a few options of different variations that you could go. You could go bulldozer, but that does kind of have some glass surrounding it. It's not fast, and it's reasonably low to the ground, where if you were in some sort of Mad Max scenario, some zombie type scenario, you may not necessarily want something that would be that accessible from the outside. That being said, my choice for the surviving stage would be the Caterpillar 797 dump truck. This truck is absolutely massive. It's about 24 feet tall. It has a 2,000 gallon tank. It has this enormous back rear end where the entire thing is wrapped in this reinforced metal. You have tires that are larger and taller than a person, and you have two 12-cylinder engines making a 24-cylinder engine. This vehicle will be so perfect for if you were in one of these crazy type apocalyptic scenarios, something that, even though it only goes about 42 miles per hour, it is something that is going to be an absolute monster off terrain and something that'll be completely unstoppable. Whether you're facing other cars, zombies, creatures, aliens, in all these crazy scenarios, this dump truck would be something that you could weld on different weaponry on the side. You could have barbed wire, and this thing would be completely unstoppable. Slow moving, but an absolute tank. Speaking of tank, in this surviving stage, you really want to let your imagination go wild. In this scenario, with the surviving stage, you're assuming that you've gotten past that initial stage, you've gotten a little bit more resources, and you're able to fight your way through to get to better shelter and a better scenario of living. That being said, assuming that you have the manpower and the capability, the next vehicle that I would choose, where you're trying to survive the apocalypse and there are factors that are trying to get to you, the M1117 ASU, similar to the Striker, is one of the vehicles that I would definitely choose for an apocalypse type scenario. It has a 6-cylinder, so it's not going to be a complete gas hog, but it is also 30,000 pounds. So it's going to be something, again, that's tank-like and heavy, but with it being tank-like, this military vehicle is decked out with weaponry. It comes with an M19 grenade launcher and a M2 HB heavy machine gun that shoots 50 caliber rounds. Because of the size of the tank, you can actually get 440 miles with the range. The reason it makes such a great choice as an apocalypse vehicle is because it has upgraded engine and machine components that are meant for high intensity environments and high intensity scenarios. Now, let's say that you've gotten past the initial stage, you've fought your way through the surviving stage, and now you've gotten to a point where you have significantly more resources. Let's say the grid, the electrical grid is back up and running, and certain resources are starting to come together. There may be little communities, maybe like a Last of Us type situation, where there are pockets of communities and electricity is readily available in certain communities. You're starting to get out of that stage of the absolute catastrophe that initially happened, and you're in the recovery stage. The car you would want for the recovery stage would either be something that you could live out of, such as an RV, or something that is so practical that you wouldn't have to rely on fossil fuels. That being said, an electric vehicle would be a very smart choice for this scenario, for the recovery stage. The most common of the electric vehicles currently is the Tesla Model Y. This is a perfect example of something that you would be able to charge anywhere from 30 minutes at its fastest to up to 8 hours at its very, very, very slowest. And the reason that that's important is because if we are starting to tap back into the grid and you are in a scenario where you have more resources, this is a much more practical vehicle that has 78 cubic feet of cargo space with the seats down. It has 357 miles of range, and it's something that has kind of the whole package of something that you can charge so you won't have to rely on fossil fuels, something that you can use solar for potentially, a generator for potentially. Also, this being a Tesla electric vehicle, it is going to be nimble, it is going to be fast, and it is going to be practical. Because this is an apocalypse type situation, this is assuming that you're getting hands on cars that are not brand new, but maybe are in the 2020 to 2022 range. That's going to be the most common range that you'll see on the road. That being said, in this recovery stage, you're going to want something that is as livable as possible, and when you look at vehicles that are as livable as possible, the Winnebago is a great choice. With 2020 to 2022 being the most common versions on the road, if you can get your hands in this apocalypse scenario on a 2020 Winnebago 42Q Class A, that would be the perfect livable recovery stage scenario for a vehicle that you could live out of in the apocalypse. It has a 450 horsepower Cummins engine. It is 8.9 liters, and it is the size of essentially an entire house. It's 43 feet long. It's got a living room, 1.5 bath, king bedroom. It has a 10,000 watt generator and a 2,800 watt inverter for off-grid use, which is going to be super important. It has frameless thermal insulated windows, which is going to be very important depending on weather factors and where you are. And it has an 85 gallon capacity for fresh water, which is going to be super important when you're surviving either off-grid or if you're traveling long distances. If you are trying to get an RV and you do get your hands on one of these in a scenario like this, you really can't ask for a better living situation for a vehicle during the apocalypse. I mean, the interior is absolutely beautiful. The exterior has a really strong aerodynamic construction where if you did get in a hairy position, you could turn it into a bus and just ram through whatever you need to. So it has the perfect architecture of being a tank while being extremely luxurious on the inside. Thank you guys for watching. This was really fun making this video. Let me know down in the comment section below what you guys would choose as your vehicles for either the initial stage, the survival stage, or the recovery stage, and why you chose those cars. I'm super interested in what you guys would choose and why. I hope you enjoyed this Halloween edition as much as I enjoyed making it. Again, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all those things. Check out my shop for my merch. I just dropped some new designs recently, and I really appreciate you guys. All right, thanks. Bye.